Good morning, guys. Here we are, Grumpy Moose Observatory. I just pulled this one up because we're right now having an aurora borealis. You can see the sky all lit up. I got this thing zoomed at 200%. So I wanted to point out these magnetic field lines. You see them? We're under a solar storm. KP index. It's in the red, level 2. But I don't think these magnetic field lines are normally present, and you can see how much more prominent they are, and perhaps they are in a solar storm. But I've showed them to you before when it wasn't in a solar storm, and I think it's because of the nearby presence of the brown dwarf pushing its magnetic influence upon the planet, and Earth's trying to maybe repel it. But there we go, just a thought on that. Looking down here, I'm going to zoom it back to 125. Nothing going on there. I took a quick peek over here at the old Tierra del Sol site. It's usually clear, and we've been getting some nice shots, especially of these extra sun that's coming up in the south. And it would appear to me that it's coming up a little earlier, it's a little higher than it has been ever, actually. Could possibly be wrong about that. I'm getting enough videos done that I'm gonna have to start going back and maybe pulling pieces out of each one so we can do some comparisons. Anyway, we got a nice shot of the Nibiru sun up here in the single day column images, static images that they piece together. Maybe every minute they take a shot. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't know what's up with that there. But if you notice, we're not catching this anywhere else where we can get a real clear low horizon shot that's further to the south. I don't think any other cameras give us a good horizon shot like this. I'm going to keep looking. Here's Winter Haven, Florida. Pretty cloudy. You can see we don't have a good, nice, even horizon. But here's something that's showing up that hasn't been showing up before. We got a something being illuminated out here. I submit to you that's probably part of the Nibiru system. So if we go back and visualize, let me stop it. Come on, darn thing. I want this up there. And here's my take, if in fact it is part of the Nibiru system. Okay, we got the sun coming toward the earth. Say the earth, okay, say here's the sun. Say we're like dead in the headlights of the earth. So even though this is showing spread out way to the west, actually it's just stuff that's coming toward the planet, if you can visualize that. And it's spread that far from the sun, but just picture the sun being here and the Nibiru system being somewhere in front of the sun, and there's objects that are heading our way. And don't forget, there's a huge debris field along with this thing too, so that may not even be one of the orbitals. I'm just guessing. Okay, here's a place in Georgia, cloudy. I wanted to show you the column image. There's a Nibiru sun up there, it looks like. Thought I caught that red dot somewhere else in the east, somewhere in Georgia, but it's not here. Keep looking. There's a good old moon glow in Lawrenceburg, Missouri. Things are all hazed out there. No red dot. I know I saw it somewhere else. We'll find it. But anyway, here's the green orb up here in the 24-day single column shot, 24-hour rather. Here's Streetlight Observatory in Texas. No red dots or anything. But we got a nice shot of the Nibiru sun up here in the single image column from the past 24 hours. Same within Qatar. There we have her here there. Have it there. Here's Japan. Sendai, I believe. Japan. Okay. That's, of course, what Smith the Mister's saying is the Nibiru sun. That's the moon. Come on, man. Here we got a nice single column image, though. So, looks like the Nibiru system's tighter in to the sun down there in Japan latitude area. It's still north of the equator, so it's showing up above. I believe everything south of the equator, we're going to see it below. Ooh, it's looking pretty big there. Okay, we got Minneapolis. Let's see, six something in the morning, Central Daylight Time. It's cloudy, but I pulled this up because we got a nice shot of the Nibiru sun up here. Notice how Japan it was much closer. That could have something to do with their camera down there. I'm not sure, but here it is showing up here. There's a good shot. We got the orange ball. This is a Cambridge, Massachusetts observatory. Check this out. I'm going to stop it. Roll it forward. Okay, here's the first shot. 7:16 Eastern Daylight Time. There's the dot, babe. Watch how it rolls. The sun doesn't rotate this fast. And like I said, it looks like it's rolling north to south. Here, for sure, we can see that it is. So, if in fact this is the Nibiru sun, which it has to be because the sun doesn't rotate that fast. Like I said, this fisheye is just flipping it a little bit. So it's actually rotating prograde just like the sun is. But this thing flipped it on its ear and it's rotating it. Because I don't think, there's no way it's rotating north to south. That just doesn't make sense. But even if it is, it is. But I don't think so. The fisheye is distorting it. But look at this. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's rolling backwards. So maybe it is rolling retrograde. Stick my foot in my mouth there. It's tough doing this stuff live without any notes. Just riffing here, folks. Trying to put it together. See it rolling back. So it actually is rotating retrograde. See, it's not quite south to north. It's got a little bit of an angle to it. Maybe like a 30-degree angle, like it supposedly had come up from the ecliptic. Eh? That's possible. There it is. So you see how it's rotating around? That's a good image there. Super image. Then I pulled up the time and date website for Cambridge, Mass. You can see it located there. Cambridge, USA. Sunrise is at 6:04 a.m. I was just pondering the discrepancy. Because remember we were catching it out in Tierra del Sol. And it was coming up like 6:32 like clockwork. And the sunrise out there was about 20 minutes prior to that. Now here we get the sunrise at 6:04. And it's not showing till, well, 7:21. I'm sure it showed before that. But still, how much before? Maybe half an hour. So we're off a little bit. That would suggest to me that, like I was riffing before, the thing's coming up 30-degree angle. Say the sun's here in the middle, coming around the sun. So now it's to the north a little bit. No, to the south. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe the time difference is negligible. It could be just a camera thing as far as when this thing comes up. But let's look at it one more time. That's pretty awesome there, folks, in my opinion. It's not the sun. Here we got one in Arizona. You can see the sky's getting real bright. probably at least an hour before sunrise or close to it. Just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, here we are in Brazil. So this is south of the equator, like I had mentioned a little bit earlier. See how the Nibiru sun appears south when you get these southern hemisphere shots? So here we are in Australia. See, once again, single column 24-hour, minute by minute, piece together shot or whatever it is. That's what it appears to be. There it is, showing up pretty big here, but south of the sun. There we got a California site in Groveland. Not sure exactly where that is, but I pulled it up just to show you. There's the timestamp. Stop it. 3:34, 3:35 almost a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Now this looks like a pretty mountainous terrain around here. So as you can see, this sun's coming up over here in the east, but it's just flashing on this thing to the west. You'll see what I'm talking about. 404, 434. Oh man, 204. That's a weird time to get a flash. Maybe the moon came over just then or something. That's all I can figure. This one's only every half an hour, so see, 204 we get the big flash. 234 it's starting to go away. 304. I'm guessing that was probably the moon. And there's Boulder, so that's mountain time. Figure I'm 8:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight. So this thing's happening, looks like about 5:30 something. Bam! Big flash from the south. That's where the Nibiru sun's located in those Tierra del Sol pictures. There's Little Rock, nothing showing here. However, we got a nice shot of it on the single column image. Okay, same deal here. We got Colorado, that's near Denver, Boulder. This is a little easier to read. We get the big flash at 5:38 a.m. It's hard to tell exactly where it's coming from here with all the cloud cover and the illuminized chem clouds. This is interesting. Got Australia. Now that's obviously the moon, but watch the flash. See, it's happening just about the same time. The flash is coming from the false sunrise over there on our neck of the woods. When I showed you in Colorado and Arizona, and I'm sure it's Tierra del Sol as well. We just haven't gone back there yet. So that flash might even be illuminating the moon, blowing that up. That's what I'm thinking. See, there it is on the 38-minute mark. Lasts for like 5-10 minutes, and then it goes back to normal. There's the moon. Hey, crazy stuff now. I was pulling this Tierra del Sol up expecting to see the flash, but then I realized that it's not here yet. It's too early. So I pulled up the latitude in Australia where you've seen the big flash. It's 35, roughly. I don't know exactly where that place was. I didn't look it up. And Boulder, the latitude was 40. So that might have something to do with why it's flashing there and not further west yet. Showing the position of this thing. And as you can tell, this looks definitely like it's coming up higher today than it has been previous, since I've been taking shots since 8:20. But I'm gonna have to go back in and make another vid.